Hey everybody, Amy from Clatter here. Today we're going to rock out with the song Downstream. This was on our most recent CD, Garden of Whatever. If you want to hear the whole song, you can go over to clatter.com and listen to the whole thing. It starts off with an introduction, and it's played up here at the top of the neck, and it sounds like this. Now at this point what I would do is turn on my fifth up. It's my Digitech whammy pedal set to a fifth up. That normally goes into the Mesa Boogie dual rectifier guitar half stack, but for demonstration purposes I'm just going to send it into a clean amp so you can hear what it sounds like. So that's the introduction. Now we're going to go straight on into the verse, which is very fast, very heavy. It's meant to be played with a lot of emotion. This is a very emotion-filled song, and the parts that we wrote were designed to have a lot of passion in them, I suppose. So it also makes it pretty difficult to play because it's fairly fast, and so for me it's a little bit challenging to stay right on with it and play the notes really accurately and precisely. So I'm going to play it slowly at first just so you can hear what I'm playing and get an idea of what it's supposed to sound like. That's the first part of the verse. I'll play it up to tempo so you can hear what it sounds like. And one of the things that I do on this song, I play some open strings in between the actual notes that I'm fretting with my left hand. The reason I do this is because the song is fast. I want to keep the right hand rhythm going, even if my left hand isn't getting to the notes fast enough. And so I'm filling in with some open strings in between there. It sounds like this. Passing notes in there too, but mainly it's just so that if I'm playing really fast, I'm also singing at the same time. Sometimes I'm not playing the notes dead on. I can fill in the space with open strings, and luckily the notes correspond key-wise to what I'm playing with my left hand. So it's a nice way of being able to fill in some rhythm without actually having to play notes with my left hand. All right, so let's move on to the second part of the verse, which it kind of reminds me of a circus. I'm not really sure why. Maybe a circus gone wrong. I'll play it slowly. It sounds like this. All right, so up to tempo, it's a little bit like this. Part. Let's go into the chorus and see how that goes. The chorus is a big open, big ringing chords, kind of letting it all out type of a thing. When we were writing this, we were going for the build, the anger, the fast in the verse, and then it just all opens up into almost an anthemic type of a chorus. So we're just going for really big ringing chords in this part. It sounds like this. I'll slow it down to begin with. Slow version of the song because it sounds really kind of grungy and heavy played at that tempo. Alright, so up to speed it sounds more like this. So that's the verse, the chorus, and now let's do the bridge. The bridge is super easy, just some nice chords ringing out. Now what I did when I recorded this was that I recorded the first part, which goes like this. part, and then I went back and re-recorded another chord progression over the top, like this. So the intention is then for me when I play this live to play the first chord progression and loop that, and then I can play the top chord progression over the top of that, and it'll just add a little bit more of a build. It'll add a little bit more of a sonic landscape during that bridge part. When I wrote the song, I intended to have that be a looping part with an overdub over the top so that I could play it live. When we record our songs, typically we don't do very many overdubs. It's important to us to be able to play everything live as much as we can. So that was one example of an overdub that we did on the recording, but when we do it live, I don't have my looper set up today, but live we'll loop that part and then I'll play over the top of it. So at the end of that little bridge part, we go back to the intro. Just these big open chords. Alright, so that's basically the whole song. You've got intro, verse, chorus, bridge, back to the verse, chorus, bridge, and out. So it's a fun song to play. It really rocks, and it's a really great way of being able to get out a lot of emotion on your instrument so that you don't take it out on people. Just joking. Anyway, hope you had fun with this one. Get out there and rock your bass, and I'll see you next time.